Hi everyone, welcome to the June Craft Club where we are making beeswax wraps. Amy and I are going to show you how to make the wraps, and we hope we will see you for our Zoom meetup on June 3rd at 6:30. So the first step will be to take your fabric and then measure out the appropriate amount of beeswax pastilles. And we've practiced this a few times, and so I know, but you will have the directions that tell you how much to measure out with your measuring spoon. So you have it like this, and then you'll move on to step 2.
And our next ingredient is pine resin, or pine rosin, and this is what gives the wrap its clinginess. So I'm going to sprinkle that around. Bonus points if you figure out how they get the pine resin from the pine tree. And our third ingredient is jojoba oil. And
is that how you say it? I keep wondering because I say jojoba, but I don't know why.
Okay, another trivia question to research. Stay tuned for our next episode. All right, I'm going to use a little pipette. You'll have, you'll get your jojoba measured in a little bottle like that one.
So you can just pour a little bit out. Or if you went to the alcohol inks class, you may still have a little pipette that you can use.
Yes, because we just need such a little bit of this. So, all right, now just spread it around. This will be interesting. Okay.
It's not an exact science. There is another way to make these that involves using a double boiler, and that just seemed too complicated for Craft Club. Yes. So we're doing it this way.
We chose the simpler method, so hopefully this will work out. And so now we're ready to put it in the toaster oven, which I've preheated to 200 degrees, or 225. And we're going to put it in there for about 5 to 10 minutes. All right, and now we're going to get it back out of the oven. It should be melted all the way. We'll get our brush to spread any spots that have been missed. About the corners, but okay, that should be good. Yeah. Now I'm going to peel it off and wave it around a little, and we'll just lay it on here to cool the rest of the way. And it should set up pretty quickly. So that's that. And now as I look at an angle, I can see a few more spots. So you may need to touch that are thicker. You might want to touch it up. With such a small amount of jojoba, you're going to have to do a fair amount of spreading out the ingredients. Okay, that should be good. Give it a flip. It's already setting up a bit.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
There we have it.
Now let
Hi everybody. So we finished our
beeswax wraps, and we are super excited about how it turned out. But first, we have some important things to share with you. Number one, the word for the oil that we use, it is jojoba. We looked it up. And second
is pine resin. They essentially tap a pine tree, minimal harm is done to the tree, and get the resin out and dry it, and we're glad we didn't have to gather the pine resin.
Would take a while. All right, now we have a couple of tips to share as we did our 2 wraps.
You may want to take your paintbrush, and before you start spreading it, grab any loose bristles out of the paintbrush, because otherwise they get kind of blended into your coating. And the other thing is to be sure to sprinkle the corners. It's easier to come to the middle as it melts than spread it out to the corners. So make sure you cover the corners of your fabric well.
The other thing we learned was that when you do your second one, which was mine, you have residue already on your parchment paper, so it coats kind of a little better just right off the bat. So the more you do, the better it gets. And we had a lot of fun. Now we want to make all the beeswax wraps. Beeswax wraps, they're pretty sticky.
They stick.
And I wouldn't do this with actual things in your containers, but we're pretty pleased. They're nice and soft and pliable. They don't crack. This was a successful craft, but more useful. You can put it into your daily rotation. So we hope that you will join us and show off your project at our next Craft Club meetup,
which will be June 3rd.
June 3rd.
At 6:30. We'll send you a Zoom link.
And I'm so distracted because I have a haircut that day. So hopefully it isn't a conflict. And I'm leaving that in the video.
Okay. We like our haircuts.
So even if you haven't finished, come to the Zoom to get inspiration or motivation, depending. We filmed this entire video the wrong way because turning your phone sideways is not intuitive. And so this video is going to look weird.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. But it is weird. And I think that's all. Fun craft. We will see you June 3rd. Bye.
Bye.